Everyone. How are you all? Now, I hope you all can hear me and my mic is able to throw my voice towards you all. Now, we are going to start the webinar. It's about looking after your laptop, tips and tricks. Let me just tell you a little about myself. I am passionate about learning new techie things, and my objective is to help everyone get comfortable with it so that we have the skills to survive in this new and ever changing technology driven world. So let's start the webinar now. There are a few things you have to keep in mind. We are recording this webinar. There is going to be a 20 seconds delay in the video and the audio. Most important thing, this is a listen only webinar. There are different sorts of webinars in which sometimes there's video interaction, audio interaction, but this one is listen only. The only interaction that you are going to have All right, we are back on track again. We are going to learn about the different ports, operating system, its specs, my computer, hard disk, and the search bar. So these are six things, and we have wasted some portion of our webinar. So I'll try to explain each part clearly. Okay, now coming to the next slide. Okay, now coming to the next slide, we are going to look at this video.
Every computer has its own set of buttons and ports. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the most common ones, including what they're for and how to recognize them. Some buttons are universal, like the power button. Depending on the type of computer you have, it may be on the front, on the back behind the screen, or even on the inside when you open the lid. The power socket is where you'll connect the power cord. If you have a laptop, you'll have a charging port instead. Most computers provide more than one USB port, so you can plug in any device you might need. keyboards, printers, and USB drives are all common examples. Some computers even have USB-C ports, which can be used for many different things, not just plugging in devices. Laptops, for instance, often use the format for the charging port. If you have a desktop, you'll use the monitor port to connect the monitor. There are quite a few types of monitor connections, ranging from HDMI to the USB-C style we just mentioned. If you have a laptop, you can connect a separate monitor as long as you have the right equipment. Just look for the display port and plug in the appropriate cable. The Ethernet port lets you connect to the internet if you're not using Wi-Fi. All you need is an Ethernet cable, which you can then connect to your modem or router. If your computer has an audio jack, you can use it to plug in wired headphones or speakers. You may or may not have a disk drive, depending on how old your computer is and who makes it. The disk drive can be used to insert a CD, a DVD, or a Blu-ray disc. If you have ports that look like this, they're for older peripherals like mice, keyboards, and printers. Newer versions of these devices usually connect via USB or wirelessly. And that covers the basics of buttons and ports. Of course, every computer is different, and technology is always changing. To find out what options you have, take a closer look at your computer.
Okay, so we have just seen the different ports of the laptop or any device that you have at home. So I want in the next slide that you check out the laptop that you're using and see the different ports we have. We have discussed the power socket, we have discussed the HDMI cable, we have seen the HDMI port, the USB-C port, the audio jack. So it's now your turn, and I'm giving you 1 minute to look on the right and the left side of your laptops to see the different ports. Okay, and your time starts now. What we are trying to do over here is we are trying to give you the comfort zone with your laptop. So you should know the outer side of your laptop and also the inner side. First, we are going to discuss the outer side. Look at the different ports you have, how many USB ports you have, how many audio jacks you have, USB-C port. Check it out. And if you can write in the chat, please write in the chat so that we can respond to each other. All right. You've got 20 seconds, 19, 18, 17, 16. Look at the different ports, right side, left side, even at the back, sometimes at the front also of the laptop. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 0. So by now you know the different ports. Looking at the second portion is the operating system that you have of your laptop. Now there are three main operating systems that people know about. One is Mac OS, that is Macintosh operating system. Second one is Windows that I'm using right now. Third is Linux. Now there is a fourth one that is rising up these days, that is a cloud-based operating system that's called Chrome OS, Chrome operating system. Obviously, it has to do something with Google. So Chrome operating system is going to be the first cloud-based operating system, which is finding its way these days. Okay, now we know the ports, we know the operating system. Now coming to the third part, and it is a very interesting part because that way you will start having that connection with your laptop. It's called the specification of your laptop. Just like when we build upon a relationship with a human being, we get to know that person. Now, in a way, when we are building a relationship with a non-living thing like this device, we should know things about it, that what is it made up of. So if you want to look at the specs, on the start button of your laptop, right click first. Once you have right clicked, you are going to have this menu bar. On this menu bar, you are going to click at system. Once you click at system, you will get something like this, and sometimes, and most of the times, we are not ready to read all of these things, although they are very important. Device name, you can change the device name by clicking at rename and give a name to your device. Processor. Processor is just like I've been telling my children in the school, it's like the brain of the computer, like the brain of the computer, like the brain we have. And my processor, you should know the processor of your laptop. Intel Core i5. Now, processor is made up of two things, core and generation. Now, which core is this? i5 is the core, and generation, the first letter after i5 will tell the generation. It's the 8th generation. So two things you should know, which core and which generation. So my laptop is i5 and 8th generation. The second thing you should also know about the RAM, random access memory, 8 GB. So after this slide, I will ask you to do the same on your laptop so that you get to know the processor and the RAM. I told you in the processor, there is core and generation that you should know about. Okay, now the next thing on this slide is the Windows also. You should know the Windows, which Windows you are using. Okay, now it's your turn and your time will start now. Go at the bottom on the start button and you click on, right click on it, go to system and see what specifications you have of your laptop. I want you to know the processor and I want you to know the RAM, which RAM you have. Okay. Almost there. I hope you guys are looking into your laptop, trying to build up that relationship. Because once you have a good relationship with your device, you are going to explore any place in this world. You've got 17 seconds left. Go to the start button, hover over it, right click, and go to system. That way you will know the processor, the RAM, and the Windows, which Windows you are using. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So by now you know the ports, you know the operating system, and you know the specs of your laptop. Okay, now coming to the next thing, it's the most important part of your computer, that's this PC. It covers the entire of your computer, that means everything is saved in this PC. And the icon over here, this one tells you that this is going to take you inside that PC. There's going to be the different drives. C drive, mostly people have. There are other drives also if they have put it up in there. And if you want, you can pin it to the start button also by going over here and right click, and then it will be pinned to the start. Hard drive, it's very important. What I want you to do right now is look at this video. For the performance of the laptop, we need to know whether the laptop has HDD or SSD. And how to do that? Let's see. SSD actually enhances the performance of your computer, and that way it works efficiently. Now, if you go on the desktop of your computer, go at the bottom on the taskbar, right click on it, right click at this place, and then you are going to click on Task Manager. Now, when you see Task Manager, go at the bottom where it says More Details, and then on the top you will see Performance. Go to Performance and click on it, and then on the left side of the window you are going to see different things happening. It's going to be your CPU, the memory, and there are going to be different disks showing here. You may not have all these disks because these are additional disks. You may only have 1 or 2 disks on your laptop, and this is you will be checking in a while. So whatever I'm doing right now, please look at it carefully, and then what you are going to do is we are going to see, as you can see on the disk, it's written SSD. The first two are SSD and the third one is HDD. So this is completely telling us how and which drive we have on our laptops. Okay, now you just found out the different hard drives that you may have. One is HDD and the other is SSD. SSD is more efficient. It makes your device work faster, efficiently, and your work is done in a short span of time. So quickly go. Let me just go to the next slide. for the performance of next slide. And now it's your turn. And your turn starts right now. You are going to go at the task bar of your screen and you are going to click on the empty area, right click over there and go to task manager, then go to more details, and then you are going to look at the performance place. There you are going to find out what drives you have. SSD is a better drive. Sometimes old laptops do not have SSD, but if you have a good laptop, then you may have SSD, solid state drive. Please have a look. 20 seconds are left. Hard disk drive is the other one, the old one, and SSD is a faster, more efficient drive. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So by now you know the drive that you have on your laptop as well. The search bar, sometimes we are not using it the way we should use. So search bar is super important. It's just like the Google of your computer. You search for whatever thing you want to search, whether it's a file or application, and then it's going to find it for you. So do not, it's a very valuable part of your device also. So search bar is very important. Now we are coming to the second portion of the webinar that's called the laptop's health. Just like we take care of our health by exercising, we need to keep the laptop in good shape also through a few things that I had in mind. Let's look at them. Now, there are 7 things I had put up here. Spring clean your files and apps. Now, what we do is we keep collecting things on our devices, whether it's the laptop or the mobile phone. And most of the time, it's taking a lot of storage and a lot of performance um, the performance is compromised. So what you need to do is delete the files, delete the apps that you are not using, spring clean it. Second is update your operating system that I'm going to talk to you about. Replace hard drive with an SSD. Like I've just told you, hard drive, replace it with an SSD, that is solid state drive. Okay, fourth is organize the cords that I will talk to you about after this. Unplug to avoid overcharging. You all know that once you are using a device, constantly charging is not going to help it. It is actually going to rather come as a hurdle in its performance. Organize your data that I'm going to talk to you about after this. And obviously, you have to keep your device safe from viruses. So antivirus is a must. Now, these are the red portions are the 3 main things that I will be talking to you about. One is update your operating system. Now, how to update your operating system that I will show you right now. Organize the cords, I will talk to you, and organizing your data also. Okay. Now if you want to update your operating system, you have to go to that option that I've just shown you. Go to settings, Windows update, and this is how you do it manually. Check for updates and update your laptop. Okay. Now it's up to date. Now this picture that you are looking at right now is I think it is a must for all of the people who have a lot of wires around their working area, workstation, because it is a rotatable cord section that you may get from a store, and I think it's easily available because I also got one. So you can arrange your cords nicely, neatly on your workstation for the performance of your laptop. Yes, organizing your data is super important. Now let me show you my desktop. It is actually not in this condition. It is a hot mess right now. Why it is in a hot mess? Because I wanted to show it to you how you can fix it. Now, the first thing you should do is right click and click on new, make a folder. You can give a name, organize later, because we do not have much time here. Click and drag all these things and put them in this folder so that whenever you have time, you can arrange them. Okay. One thing is this, that you make a main folder and put everything inside it. And the second thing is, let me place these things as well. All right. Oh, okay. Now these things are also going in. These things are also going in. The next thing you should do is make a subfolder. Like the way we just made a folder, I want that you should make another folder the same way inside it. One box and then another box inside it. That's the best you can do to organize your laptop and to give space and a breather to the desktop also. Empty your downloads folder. Yes, it is super important. We keep downloading stuff and we never look back on the downloads also. So first organize the desktop and then empty the downloads folder as well. That's also super, super important. And then the last thing that I want to share here is always give meaningful file names. Do not just randomly save your files or anything, any image without giving it a name. You have to name it properly to organize your data. Main folders, subfolders, desktop should be clear, download should be clear also, and then file names should be given. Next. Okay. Now it's your turn, and I want that I will give you only 30 seconds. I'll stop at 30 seconds. I want you to go and have a look at your desktop and tell me or think about it. Is it a hot mess? Is it a mild mess? Or it is no mess? Maybe you are more organized than I think that you are. Okay. So look at your desktop. Think about it, which level your desktop is at. Hot mess, mild mess, or no mess? All right, time's up. Now, because I want to give you only 30 seconds. Next. So we have come to the last section. Yes, we are back on track. We lost some time, but I tried to hurry up. Okay, now we're coming to the last section. And the last section is tips and tricks. Let me just recall the things that we have done up till now. In the first portion, it was the laptop. We talked about the ports. We talked about the operating system. We talked about the specification. Like I told you, there are two things you should know about your laptop: which core and which generation, and what RAM, how big your RAM is, which core, which generation, and RAM. And obviously, you should know which Windows you are using also. So those were the main things of the first section. Second was how to keep it healthy. So organizing your whole laptop, the desktop, the downloads, those things are important. Organizing the cords, not overcharging. Those were the things that we discussed. Now coming to tips and tricks. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to not show my video so that you can look at them nicely. Okay. I'm here. Okay, now the first one is snip and sketch. And there are several ways to take a screenshot, but this thing is inbuilt in your Windows. So let's see how you are going to look at it. So there's a window logo on the keyboard at the bottom side. You hold on to it, hold on to Shift and S. And then this thing is going to come. You can take a rectangular snip. You can have a freeform, Windows, or full screen snip. So it's so easy to take screenshots with just this shortcut. Windows logo, Shift and S. Three things you have to remember. And then you can write over it also. And after cropping, you can export it, save it, share it with someone you want to share it with. So snip and sketch is tip number 1. Tip number 2 is the video editor. There's a video editor inbuilt in your Windows. You, in the search bar, like I told you, search bar is super important. You go to the video editor and you are going to find a very nice and easily usable video editor. Here you will get all the photos, and once you click on the photos, you are going to see all the photos that you have. Click on new project, write your name, and then you are going to add the video that you want to add with video editor. Now this is the storyboard you can have. Change the scenes, change the pictures, try it out. This is inbuilt and we take it very lightly, although it can give us such good video edited storyboards. Okay, now next we have, now I want you to take a turn and try to see the snip and sketch or the video editor on your computer. Okay, try to look at snip and sketch. What were the shortcuts? Window logo, Shift and S. And for video editor, you just have to go to the search bar and see where it is. Try it out. You've got almost 30 seconds left. Snip and sketch and video editor. Seconds left. Snip and sketch and the video editor. Those were the 2 tips that I wanted you to look at, because this is an inbuilt thing on your laptop. No need to have any tools for this or any application. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now coming to the next portion, I hope you have seen the snip and sketch and the video editor. Next, tip number 3. I like this tip because at times when we are working on our computer, there are different windows we have opened up. And if you don't want to see all of them together, you go, bring the cursor on the top, shake it, and then it disappears at the back. Shake it on the top and it disappears. And once you want to bring it back, you shake it again, it comes back. So it's just like magic. You shake it and you bring it. And at the same time, you can snap it on one side of your screen as well. You hold on to the window, click on the window option and the left arrow if you want it on the left side. Hold on to the window option and the right arrow along with it if you want it on the right side of the screen. So shake and snap. 4th option and the 4th tip is the multiple desktops. The multiple desktops, once you're working at home or in office, in school, so you want a clear desktop also. Go to the bottom, go to the task view and click on new desktop. Now, once you click on new desktop, this was the task view. And this is another desktop that you can look at on your same laptop. So it is a clear desktop and the previous one was the first desktop. And if you want, you can add as many desktops as you want or even delete them at the same time. New desktop. So what you need to do is you need to go in the task view at the bottom, this one, and then you will be able to add another desktop. Now it's your turn. Now what we are going to see is, I want on your desktop, you open up 1 or 2 windows and try shake and snap. Try shake and snap. Now, once you try shake and snap, what you need to do is hover over and your time has started. Let's give 30 seconds to this only because we are left with 5 minutes only. So what we are going to do is you are going to hover over the arrow and top bar of the window and shake it. Once you shake it, it magically goes at the back. And if you want to bring it back, shake it again, it will appear. That's what you are going to do is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Time's up. Multiple desktops you can also check. I'm giving you 30 seconds for that also. For this, you need to go at the bottom of the taskbar where is task view. Go to task view and then on the top there is multiple desktops. Try it out. Go at the bottom of the taskbar, task view, and then once you are going to click on that, you will see on the top, you will have an option of desktop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Time's up. Now we are coming to the fifth tip that's called Quick Assist for remote assistance. A Quick Assist will help you in a lot of ways. Sometimes you are not able to function properly on your laptop and you want somebody's help who's not here or not in the same room or in the same place. So what you need to do is Quick Assist. There are two ways you can get assistance. Either you can get assistance from someone or give assistance. So if you are getting assistance from someone, you have to write a code over here, over this place that the person who is helping you will send it to you. If you write that code, you will get the assistance from that person. And that person can easily make changes to your desktop to whatever problem you are facing. Next, we have Cortana. Cortana is actually a virtual assistant. And it is powered by Microsoft. Obviously, we are using Windows, so Microsoft have done all of the addition things in the Windows. So it is AI powered, that means artificial intelligence, and it is just like Siri. You talk to Cortana and Cortana will do all the things. Cortana is the circular thing that you see right next to the search bar. You tell Cortana, Cortana will open up different things, whatever you want her to do. Okay, so Cortana is your virtual assistant on the Windows. That was tip number 6. Tip number 7 is, I'm not coming to tip number 7. I just want you to go and look at, not Quick Assist, go and check for 30 seconds. I want you to go and check Cortana. See if you have Cortana on your computer, Windows or not. Cortana, like I just said, it's virtual assistant and it is artificial intelligence. And Microsoft has been very generous in giving it to us, just like Siri. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right. Now coming to the next slide. Tip number 7, voice recorder. You do not need an application that you have to go online and get a voice recorder. There is already an inbuilt voice recorder on your computer. You search in the search bar, right? Voice recorder, start recording your voice. And at times when you are listening to something and you find it something important, you can flag it also. Add a marker to your voice recording because you found that that portion was very important. So mark it, and once you have marked it, open it up, and you can see at the bottom over here, it is showing you that this portion was important. You can trim that audio, you can share it also, and you can do a lot of things from the bottom options that you have. So voice recorder was tip number 7. The last tip is the magnifier and the read aloud. There are times when we are not able to read something properly. So there are two options that Windows has given it to you. You click on the window logo and click on plus sign along with the window logo. Then you are going to have this kind of bar in which you can zoom in or zoom out. And the other best part of this option is, of this bar is, that you can ask the computer to read it for you. Yes, you can ask the computer to read things for you if you are not in the position to read it for yourself. All right. You can ask a bedtime story. So, and you can make changes with this option also. That the voice that you're hearing can be changed as well. So this was tip number 8. And tip number 8 was the last tip. Before I go, I just want that you try this yourself. And I want that you try the voice recorder, not record at this point, but just have a look. Go in the search bar, write voice recorder. I'm giving you a timer. Your time has just started. Voice recorder, or even magnify and read aloud. For magnify and read aloud, what you need to do is hold on to the window button and click on plus. All right. Try both these things. Till that time, I'm over here. I hope the session has been a little productive for you all. I've tried my level best, but at the same time, there were a few technical issues that we faced. And once I'm going to look at the recording, I will find out what else can I do to fix it further for any other session that we plan next time. So at the moment, click on voice recorder, magnify and read aloud. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So these were the 8 tips that were discussed. Thank you very much. See you next time, and bye-bye.